If there is one lesson we all learned in 2020, it's that there is real truth behind a line adapted from a poem by Robert Burns. The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. Our cover story is reported by Susan Spencer.
Let's go. Karina Lopez leaves nothing to chance. And we mean nothing.
I am a planner, and I'm a planner by nature.
What sorts of things would you plan?
One thing that we love to do with our friends in particular is our Friendsgiving. And I would plan every last detail. Down to what everyone would be wearing or a color scheme.
That's planning.
Yeah, I know.
Hardly a surprise, then, that Lopez is a professional wedding planner. She's based near Buffalo, New York, and guess whose wedding she's been planning her whole life?
How long had you been dreaming of your own wedding?
Probably since I was literally a little girl. Maybe I was 5 years old.
Lopez and her fiancé Kurt Rogers, who is also her business partner, set their sights on a pull-out-all-the-stops multi-day affair last summer with 200 guests.
We were going to kick off the weekend with a welcome party on the Friday evening. Saturday was going to be breakfast and lunch, and then the wedding at night, and a great brunch farewell on that Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did it go?
It didn't. Something called COVID hit, and we had to postpone.
And COVID hit both would-be newlyweds hard.
I have never been that sick in my life. It felt like I had gotten run over by a car, and I had the worst cough I've ever had in my life.
Forget that wedding.
I think I had a breakdown in bed while I was sick with COVID, and I just started hysterically crying. I just knew that it wasn't going to happen. And then, of course, immediately after, I felt guilty for crying about it because people were dealing with serious issues.
There seems to be this big cloud of uncertainty that sits over everything. What is the impact of that over time?
I think uncertainty can breed anxiety in a lot of people.
Psychiatrist Pavan Madan says an inability to plan weighs heavily on his patients these days. He works in the university town of Davis, California, where a lot of students find their futures on hold.
They've gone back and moved in with their family, which was unexpected and unusual for their stage in life.
Dr. Madan's advice is to put big dreams aside for now and focus instead on the small, more manageable details of daily life.
So you should get up at 9 and then you should have breakfast at 9:30 just to get structure back?
I use more of a collaborative approach, just refocusing in the way that makes people think about what's important for them and how they would like their structure to be.
So when was the last time you put something on your calendar and honestly felt like it would happen? Never mind a wedding, how about a dental appointment? If you're like me, your days lately are looking a lot like this. A lot of people, what they see on the calendar sort of defines who they are, right?
In a way, yeah. We are what we do, yeah.
We need plans, says University of Delaware psychology professor Philip Gable, who sees them as essential to happiness.
So you're a fan of plans?
I am. I think they give us direction. They give us hope.
And when we can't plan, time itself can seem to crawl.
So when people are experiencing negative states, negative feelings, then they will experience time tending to drag.
So this accounts for people not being able literally to remember what day it is.
Also, we've lost a lot of our rhythms. A lot of those patterns that separate the weekday from the weekend create that sense of blur's day that we might be experiencing.
Blur's day.
The sense that it's all one day, yeah.
Indeed, Blur's Day may be the most popular day on the pandemic calendar.
So as you look at Blur's Day, where exactly in the week does it fall?
Could be tomorrow, or it could have been yesterday.
Are we hardwired to plan and to look ahead all the time?
We are, actually. Human beings are unique. They're unique in their ability to think about the future.
But Harvard psychology professor Ellen Langer says something else also is at play.
So you coined the phrase illusion of control. Can you define that for me?
It started when I had been at a casino and I see people talking to slot machines. And it occurred to me that they actually thought they could control the outcome. And this was kind of silly. You can't control things that are chance determined.
But that need for control drives us to plan, even today, when so much is unpredictable. Professor Langer says it's like pushing the closed door button in an elevator. Believe it or not, most of those buttons don't actually do anything. They're installed only to make us feel better.
Pressing the button takes very little energy. Doing something often feels better than doing nothing.
Would you recommend that we have faith and just keep pushing those buttons?
I think wholeheartedly I recommend pushing that button, unless it means pushing people out of the way to get to it.
So keep pushing and planning, but knowing that these are uncertain times.
Plans are guesses, but what we need to recognize is that if something leads us in a different direction, that could end up even better for us.
I just talked to a young woman who had to postpone her giant wedding. Concrete plans like that, I think, may be a little bit more difficult to get past.
Surely there are advantages of delaying the wedding. You delay it, you have more time to look forward to it, more time to change your mind if that's the direction in which you want to go.
Maybe not what Karina Lopez wants to hear, but in spite of everything, she is optimistic and still planning.
What do you have to look forward to if you're not going to plan for anything?
The alternative would be you're just setting yourself up.
Yes, which is why perhaps you do a plan B and a plan C that you know for sure can happen.
So the answer to any doubt about planning is to do more planning.
Yes.